What's going on, everyone? It's Adam and Craig with Grandstand Golf. In this show, we're talking PGA DFS sleepers for the 2021 AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Before we get into that, though, Craig, we created our Discord channel. Our community is growing. We think it's time for Discord so we can all chat golf, DFS, betting. So the invite is in the description below. We have tournament chat, live tournament chat, tournament betting, DFS, showdown chat, Euro chat, LPGA chat. It's all there.
The chats. The chats are there.
It's all there.
It also, beyond just betting DFS stuff, that's probably where I'm going to hang out a lot of times when I'm watching golf. Yep. And so I'll have a lot of GIFs locked and loaded, ready to go. Can't quite post them in the YouTube comments as easily. So
not on YouTube, not on Twitter. Follow us there, though. But this is a little bit more informal, community type hangout. So it'll be fun. It'll be good. Okay, moving on to our sleepers. I think one of us did well, one of us didn't last week. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to listen to anyone, clearly listen to Adam, because I had a bad week for sleepers. You were, 3-3 through the cut?
I got 3 for 3.
I was a big goose egg, so maybe pay a little more attention to you than me this week.
Maybe a little bit more attention. Also, since our picks video came out, DJ has withdrawn. There seems to be tons of people dropping out of the tournament. The sleepers is going to be more important than ever, I think. So, do we jump into it? We do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, my first one, Mark Hubbard, 7,200 on DraftKings. He's 49th there. On FanDuel, he's 8,500. He's 51st there. He's coming in. So, I feel like Hubbard is a very good, safe floor type play. He comes in having made 6 of his last 8 cuts. His starts at Pebble, kind of a mixed bag. I wish he's had 4 starts here. I wish we had a top 20 or top 25, but he's been 26, 62nd, and 2 missed cuts. But I do feel like Mark Hubbard is turning a corner in his career. He's more consistent. He is kind of getting more those 30th type places. My concern, though, he hasn't got a top 10 in over a year. So that's why I think his ceiling is limited, but I think it's still a really nice floor play at 7,200. Finally, he loves this place. There is a narrative here. He went to San Jose State. He proposed to his wife on the 18th green at Pebble.
You're a sucker. You're a sucker for the narrative,
I love that
too.
narrative. I love it. I think with his recent consistent floor play, along with kind of that extra motivation, I think he's a nice a good safe play this week.
Yeah, I like it. I think he does have upside. Obviously, the no top 10s in a while doesn't help. But just from what we see from him in flashes, he clearly has upside. It's just a matter of him putting it together throughout the whole week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, my first one here. One of my favorites, a popular choice.
Oh, yeah.
Dougie Ghim comes in 7,500 on DraftKings. He's 36th there, 9,000 on FanDuel, 34th there. To me, it kind of checks all the boxes for me.
Yeah.
5 top 25s last 9 starts. He's made 6 of his last 7 cuts, so really like the form he's in coming in. Course history is a little bit lacking. 2 missed cuts. Both of those are, these third round cuts that they do. Yeah. A bit of a mixed bag. He made it through, but obviously not through to Sunday. Yeah. Stats just jump off the page for me. Yeah. Strokes gained total. This is for this season so far. He's gaining over a stroke. He's 9th in the field. So these numbers all include DJ as well. So I'm assuming DJ was higher than him. I'd have to go back and check to be sure.
I don't know. He's been playing well, but yeah, maybe.
But yeah, really good 13th tee to green, and then approach, which I think is the most important ball striking stat here. Yeah. He's an 8th. I don't want to go on too long because producer Adam told me I can't spend as long talking about players as I sometimes do. But really good short game. We know the greens are small here. Around the green matters as well as putting. Yeah. He's good at both, whereas some guys you'll see they're good putters, but their around the green game isn't as good. So I just think he kind of checks all the boxes for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think for Pebble, I am leaning a little bit more on course history than I do for other tournaments. But Doug Ghim, where his price is at with where his play and stats are, kind of supersede that for me. It kind of trumps any course history. The fact that he's played here is kind of enough for me with him, just because I think that he's a huge upside play. I think we see the talent that's there.
Well, he was tied for 5th a couple weeks ago at American Express.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, my second sleeper here, Scott Piercy. He's 7,100 on DraftKings. He's 54th there. FanDuel, he's 47th, 8,600. So a bit of a discount on DraftKings. I think better play over there. He's just playing the 2021 or 2020 season it's really good for him. He's having really strong seasons. So second best strokes gained approach, 0.51, and tee to green, 0.75 of his career. So this is a guy, I think early 40s. He's been around for a while. This is some of the best play he's had in a while. 6 straight made cuts to end 2020. Includes 3 top 20s in RSM, Bermuda, and Shriners. And then 2 missed cuts to start 2021. So good end of last year. Not great start here. It was Sony and Amex that he missed, but I'm kind of just putting that aside. He has an excellent record at Pebble. 4 straight made cuts, 3 top 20s. He popped on our model. He's 33rd on the Grandstand Golf DFS model on our website. So I think with that, just as a pure golf play, I like Scott Piercy at 7,100 on DraftKings.
Yeah, I think he's the type of guy that softer field. It might be where he's making his money these days and keeping his card. So look out for that. I don't know for sure whether or not he'll be in my pool, but once I've fully broken down the low 7K range, it's always tough because you got to find cuts. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know on Wednesday. How about?
I like it.
Okay, next one for me, Joel Dahmen, 7,400 on DraftKings. He's 40th, 8,900 on FanDuel. He's 37th. To me, this is the opposite of a lot of guys we're talking about.
Sure.
His form is bad. He's missed 3 straight cuts. I'm buying the dip. Yeah. Essentially, I think the price and the ownership for the price is going to be low for his talent level. Yeah. So, it's kind of the classic narrative of essentially don't buy when you're at the all-time high. Buy when you're at the bottom of the valley.
Hey, but you also said Zalatoris is going to the moon, so I guess we're still buying on Zalatoris, right?
Well, I'm not at an all-time high yet on Zalatoris. See, that's the thing. That's just a nice, steady, long-term growth
that's
stock.
Amazon stock. That's Amazon stock.
That's Amazon, yeah. You went Amazon in 2015. It was probably overpriced then, too. Course history, he's made three cuts. Average finish of 39th isn't great, but he was 14th here last year in 2020, so obviously he can get his way up the leaderboard. Yeah. You look at his 2021 season, he only has, I think, a single top 10 and maybe 2 top 25s, which you look back at what he did the season before, and so this is 22 events. He had 5 top 10s and 11 top 25s. So half the time he was getting into the top 25, and a quarter of the time he was getting top 10s. Yeah. So that to me is sort of, I think he is a better player than we've seen recently. Yeah. Normally, if we see him at 7,400 in this kind of field, his ownership's going to go crazy. But 3 straight missed cuts, Brooks showed us that's nothing to be afraid of.
I like it. No, I really like Dahmen. I think with these withdrawals, I think he's kind of licking his chops. He admits of being like, this is his career. He goes out to make money. I think he kind of pencils this in. This is a good spot for him to get a good paycheck. And I think I wouldn't be surprised at a top 10 here at all.
And it's one of the things with all, the field getting weaker, it has less buzz, obviously, than Waste Management did. Yeah. It's a bigger purse than last week. Yeah, sure. I think that's one of the things that is not appreciated as the field gets weaker. It doesn't change how much money these guys are playing for.
Totally. Absolutely. Okay, so my third pick. So if you're new to our channel, our 6 sleepers were 7,500 and below. I'm dipping into 6Ks for the first time here. We had a couple nice 4 guys above 7. We're going below 6 now. The one that kind of jumped off the page to me, Will Gordon, 6,700 on DraftKings. He's 80th there. Again, a better value on DraftKings. FanDuel, he's 8,000. He's 71st. Just kind of like we talk about it each week, that classic kind of ball striker, bomber. You can pop at any time. The other thing I really like to see at the Farmers, he was plus 0.238 in strokes gained putting per round. That's I feel like very similar coastal California, Poa Ana type grass.
I thought you were going to say that's very sustainable, and I was like,
not sustainable, but very different than kind of the smooth Bermuda, whatever else they're playing in different parts of the U.S. So I think there is some kind of correlation there. Hasn't played at the AT&T Pebble Beach, but he has played at the 2018 USM, which was at Pebble and Spyglass, I believe, both courses they're using. He lost in the quarterfinals there. He played really, really well. He was, I think, T4 after the stroke play round, kind of kept moving up all the way to the quarterfinals and lost out there. Victor Hovland went on to win, but he's a tough guy to beat.
Well, you can pick the losers. I want to pick winners.
Also, I'm going with a weird narrative here. I had my crazy Australian theory for Cameron Davis in our pick video. Here's another theory for you. Steph Curry, Davidson vibes. He grew up with Steph. It's his favorite athlete. They've golfed a dozen times or so before. He's going over to the Bay Area. Steph is playing well. Maybe it's going to translate to Will Gordon. I don't know. There's some kind of theory there. I haven't quite pieced it together. I'm pinning it together on my bulletin board back here, but I woke up Monday morning. He was the first bet I laid down, 175-1 with an each way. I mean, it's kind of out there. He doesn't have a high finish yet this season. I feel like I'm just taking a shot. I'm taking my shot. I'm shooting my shot with Will Gordon this week.
I remember in the lead up to this video, producer Adam was telling me to keep my player, just my analysis short. No, I like Will Gordon a lot. I think, maybe more so as a high upside play than a cut equity guy.
100%. 100%.
I think he's more of the volatile who really can pop and get high on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
I think for sure, with the asterisk to say may change, I think he'll be in my player pool.
Yeah.
Last one here for me, Akshay Bhatia. If it's not for Big Will Zalatoris, I think Akshay Bhatia is probably the guy I like to talk about most. 6,500 on DraftKings, 96, 7,400 on FanDuel, 96 there as well. To me, this is just, I'm going to continue swinging for the upside he presents. Yes, he's missed 3 of 5 cuts. He also has a top 10 in one of those cuts he made. His last cut too is also on the number. So for what is he, 16 years old now? I don't remember exactly, but I'm putting less faith in missed cuts for him at this point than I am his ability to finish high. Yeah. And so why do I think he has value? Tee to green, 4th in the field. That was with DJ, so that would go up. Yes, it's a smaller sample size than we have with other players because he only gets in when he Monday qualifies or gets sponsors exemptions. So, but still, over a stroke, tee to green, 11th in the field in approach, 0.6, 7th around the green, which a lot of people think of someone like him as, he's young, he's a ball striker, pure talent. But obviously that talent translates around the green. He's gaining almost a half stroke there. And, not all the events he's played in have been shot link events. So, I wanted to look and see, has that translated at the not shot link events? And it has. He's 15th in scrambling as well. So it's not just, the few tournaments he's been to that are shot link. He's done really well around the green. He's just got a good short game.
And we talked a little bit on our pick show that smaller greens, you need to be able to go up and down here.
Yeah. It's, whereas some tournaments I'm looking at putting much, much more than around the green. This week it's very balanced between the two. But the only thing, I think he is enough of a name now, and there's enough excitement about him because he's so young that he'll attract ownership at 6,500. So is it a bit of an ownership trap? That's what I don't know, but I'll be taking a few shots with him.
An upside at 6,500 that you can't really find much else. He also was in the 2018 US Am, which he might have been 15 or 16 then because I think he just turned 19. So he did he made it through the qualifying. I think he made it to the round of 64. So he has history here. Obviously played well enough to continue on as a 15 or 16-year-old. So,
well, I was going to say probably someone who would have won an amateur maybe at some point if he didn't decide to turn pro and he was just able to before he could drink.
Absolutely. So we kind of talked about it. Our live show, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go through the entire field with our Grandstand Golf model. So join us then. Subscribe to our channel. Like and comment. Let us know who your favorite play is under 7,500. And watch our other videos. Join our Discord.
Yep. Discord, Twitter, YouTube, whatever else you can find for us. Follow there too. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you next time.